Hello, believers of Christ. Hope you're doing well. So today I'll be taking you guys through Genesis chapter 10, verse 6. And it says, the sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Phut, and Canaan, or Canaan. That's the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So this verse has 7 main teachings or lessons we can take away from it. The first one, God records all lineages. The line of Ham is carefully noted, showing that God values every family, whether blessed or judged. The second teaching, nations grow out of families. These sons became the ancestors of great nations like Ethiopia, Egypt, Libya, and Canaan or Canaan, reminding us that family roots shape history. The third teaching, God's plan includes all peoples. Even though Ham's line included nations that later opposed Israel, God still had a role for them in history, as we're going to see in later episodes. Stay tuned. The fourth teaching, choices affect generations. Ham's dishonor in Genesis chapter 9 affected his descendants, showing us that our actions can influence future generations. The fifth teaching, God can use even those outside the covenant line. Nations from Ham's descendants played roles in biblical events, such as Egypt in Moses' story and Cush in prophecy, etc., showing that God works through all peoples, as we're going to see in the future. Stay tuned. Those are spoilers. The sixth teaching, heritage shapes identity. The mention of these names shows that nations inherit traits and paths from their forefathers. The seventh and final teaching, scripture is a record of God's global plan. By listing Ham's sons in the Bible reminds us that history is not random. It is part of God's story. We as Christians should trust that God knows us by name and values our families. We as Christians should see our descendants as part of God's unfolding plan. We as Christians should respect all peoples and nations because they trace back to God's design. We as Christians should remember that our lives influence future generations. We as Christians should take encouragement that no one is forgotten by God. We as Christians should celebrate the diversity of peoples and cultures. We as Christians should acknowledge God's hand in shaping history and nations. So that's all I had for today, guys. Thank you very much. And as usual, God bless.